Hey guys, what's up? So today I want to show you one of my last tools, and this tool is about noise. So everything started when the other day my colleague Lars, which is by the way, an amazing rigger, showed me this algorithm to generating noise. Here we go. So that's the Wikipedia page, so you can go and check it. So this algorithm is based on the Fourier series, and it's really fast to generate noise in this way. And so I created a C++ node based on this algorithm, and then I created a tool to deal with that. So enough talk, let's see the tool. Well, first of all, in the scene, you can see we have a locator attached to the Fourier noise. So that's what we are going to control with the tool. Rather than setting parameters on the node, we're going to use the tool. Here we go. So that's the tool. So the thing is that I was thinking about being able to give the user the chance to see what kind of noise it was generating, because of course, based on that, you can tweak easily and the parameters, and when you tweak the parameters, the graph updates, so you can see the noise. So I think it's really nice to work this way. Also, well, in this case, you have just a locator, so you don't really have speed performance, but if you have for example, some stuff in the scene, the playback can be too slow, or if you don't have enough stuff, can be too fast, can kind of hard to see the noise going on. Or even if it's going real time, it can be just really fast and kind of hard to see what's going on. So I created this tool. So the first step was to create a 2D environment in which I was able to map a grid, so basically an orthographic plane, and then on that to draw my stuff. So don't get tricked. This is not a Maya viewport, and later I'm going to show you why, because I had a lot of customization in that. Anyway, so first of all I created that, and I implemented pan and zoom. So we can see we can pan as much as we want, we can zoom in. So I think it's a really cool widget, which has to be written from scratch, because PlotWidget didn't have anything like that, and I didn't want to use any external library. So basically I started from an empty widget, a few widgets, and then started creating everything from scratch. So that's the current noise is getting generated by the node, and we have a lot of options, as I said before, on this widget. So we can press shift and click, and we have all the options to control the appearance of the graph. So for example, we can change the color of the line, we can change the color of the gradient in the background. That's really ugly. Anyway, for example, if we want a classic whiteboard style, we can, change it like that with a white background, and then we can change the number color. There we go, something like that. So that's more a whiteboard look. I'm just going to close the tool and reopen it so I can reset the options. Here we go. So now we can start actually playing with the noise. So we can increment the amplitude, and you can see that it's reflected on the node as well. So when I change the value here, it's going to change on the noise as well. So we can change frequency, we can change the amplitude, and we can change also the phase of the algorithm, so of the waves. So if we go to a simple sine, so one wave, which is a simple sine, we can easier see what's going on. You see we are changing the phase of the sine, or for example we can change the amplitude amount, frequency, and another cool thing, there we go, so let's mess it up a little bit with There we go. Noise, something like that. So we can also change how much. Oh, there we go. So we can change how much of the graph is being displayed. You can see we can add more. We can remove, and still works exactly as it should. Of course, also the resize work and everything. So you can see now here, it's not really accurate, the graph. Oops. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. It's not really accurate, so we can change, well, first of all, we can change the display to line to dot, and we can then change the sampling of the noise. So basically, how many points we are going to compute in order to draw this curve. So the same works for lines. So you can see it's getting less and less accurate, and then if we increase the amount, it's getting more accurate. So that's the tool basically. So it lets us interact in a really nice way on the noise. And this can also, of course, the widget is standalone, so it doesn't have any dependency to Maya. So you can open that outside Maya. And actually, I wanted to show you that, but I don't have PySide installed outside Maya, so I cannot open it. But I can assure you it's standalone. You can also open that in Vim in order to show some graph in there and everything. So it's just a nice drawing graph widget can be used. Okay, so there are several other features here and there which I'm not going to show because I don't want to make the demo too long. But last feature, for example, is we can change the how many lines are being drawn for the grid. So the samples of the grid, so you can see with the change of the size of the grid, we are changing the name, the numbers. So if we don't want to see too much grid, we can just change the grid step, or we can just hide everything, and we just have our graph there, and so on. Okay, guys, so that's the tool. I hope you like it. Any comment, any feedback is more than welcome. I'm really curious to know what you guys think, if you have any idea about how to make it better and so on. Okay, guys, have fun. Bye bye.